YouTube friends, and welcome to my channel, new and returning subscribers. It's Margie from the Budget Evolution, where we have fun saving our money, and today we are doing our first check-in and unstuffing of July. So let's just take a quick look at our budget, our monthly planner, because in our monthly planner we actually do all of our expenses. So I'm looking here at June, and there were a couple in June that we still haven't paid for that hopefully we'll get to take care of today. And that was Celebrity Cruise. There was the $200 we had to use to pay to transfer our Hawaii cruise to Aruba cruise for next year. And then also T-Mobile hadn't, I haven't paid that out yet. Why? Let me look at that real quick. That, you would think that should have came out, but it could have come out in that last stuffing. So where are we? Monthly bills. Let's just double check ourselves. T-Mobile. No, T-Mobile came out. I just forgot to highlight it. So let's do that right now. Oh, wrong side. I had poked myself. I was opening a new container of face mask, but it's a masking like gel. So it was in a container and it was sealed shut. Like you know how they have that little foil on top and they sealed it shut. I couldn't get that thing off because it had the little tabby and you're trying to pull it. I was using my teeth, everything, couldn't get it off. So in my, stuff in my bathroom, I have a tool that's pointy, and I was like, oh, well, I'll just, stick it in and get it up. Oh my God, I was still having a hard time. So I went to, I guess, and I knew it when I was doing it. I said, you're going to stab yourself. Sure enough, I stabbed myself right in the thumb, and it hurts like hell. So don't use pointy objects when you're trying to open something like that. I should have just poked the hole and then just kind of, I don't know. I don't know what I should have done, but that was ridiculous. All right. Yes, so we only have the one left. Yeah, because we paid everything here. So let's just go over here. Everything's marked off in red. Everything that's marked off in red means that I have put it into our trackers. So I'm going to go by the trackers. I will go back and highlight these of the ones that we did pay, because these ones, I round everything up in our tracker, and in here is the exact amount that hit our account or our credit card. And these are kind of like not inflated, but they're either up or down to make even numbers, just to make it easy on myself. So yeah, in those 2 weeks, we spent $14,885, and you will see why. All right, so let's get that going, because this is gonna, I don't know if it's gonna take a long time, but it's gonna take some time. So let's pull our book open here, and we're just gonna, you know what? I'm going to start with bills first. And the reason why is because usually the bills, if I'm taking it out, the money I know is already there. So we have, no, we don't have. So we don't have the car insurance yet, but we do have electric. So let's pull that out. Oh, and today, now we did use blue, but that was like back in May. I'm trying to use colors that I'm rotating the colors out. All right, well, we're using blue today. That's just what's going to happen. So let's highlight that. I wish I could draw a little bit straighter, but that's okay. And electric, we're going to take out 146, so 1, 20, 40, 5, and 6. And we have $146 left. And the reason why is because we are a month ahead, but our electric came out really late. Late? Yes. Like that is for June. So that's why this money is like, yeah, still in here. Oh, wrong way. We're going to go like that. So that's 146 for that. All right. And let's go to health insurance. We can take out health. And that is 140. So we just need the 140. So 20, 40, and 1. And we have $15 left. Trying to remember which side it is. All right. And then next up, let's see. Homeowners hasn't happened. Oh, we got to pay that though. No, I did pay it. No, that's for June. I gotta pay that. Uh-oh. Hello. Margie, pay attention. It's already like July 12th. So I better call them and just pay it. So we have monthly subscriptions. So we're going to do all three of these because it's $3. Oh, and we've got no change. Let me grab some change. Okay, I took $20 out of monthly subscriptions, which is 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So we only need $3, so we will do that. And this should still have $67, which is 55, 65, 67. And we can highlight these. So that's a darker blue, so I think that's a bigger contrast to that one. All right, next up, we have natural gas. Natural gas we do have, because that's another one that happened like at the end of the month. And we need 148, and that's exactly what's in here. So 1, 20, 40, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. T-Mobile already came out, hasn't happened this month. Tolls. All right. Tolls is up to date, thank God. Water we can take out. So it's going to be $54 today for water. So 50, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we have $30 left. And that takes care of bills. Do I have to do Capital One? Did I even stuff that yet? I did. Where did I go? Capital One, we have $100. But we didn't take it out yet. All right, I'm going to take it out now because it automatically comes out of my check. Oh no, I got to wait for the bank. When it happens, when it happens in the bank, that's when I put it in there, and that's when we deduct it. All right, so that took care of bills. All right, now let's go back to, let's go to our cash envelopes. So dining out, we went out to dinner. We went out to dinner and used the credit card. That was $51. And then we did take money out. This is the reason why this is in black is because I took that out in cash. So we can highlight this. And 50, all right, a minute. So we have 100, it should be 49, right? 51, 49. So we need $49 back, 20, 40, trying to take the nicer ones, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49 going back. And that's 150 minus 51 gave us 99 minus $27. Oh, wait a minute. I think hubby didn't give me change back. That's why. 72. So we should have 72 in here, and I only have 50. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Okay, so hubby didn't give me change. So if he gave me $3 more, that would be 72. Yes. Okay. He didn't give me the change back, so this technically is 30. Because that's what I gave him in cash. And then he's like, I'm not going to give it back to you. And I was like, why not? He goes, well, what do you need it for? And I go, because it goes back into the account. I don't know. Sometimes I just can't teach him the logic of cash envelope stuffing. It just does not happen in his brain. Groceries. Moving on to groceries. All right, let's see. We can go up to here in ShopRite and take care of all of these for the first and the last weeks in June. So we had 62 plus 81 plus 40 plus 26. And then we're taking 5 back is 204. So we just need 2. Of course. Really? I don't have $16. All right, more change. Okay, took another 20 got some 5s. All right, so we need 204. So we will put 2, 5, grab a 1. And then I think this should still be like 70, 55, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. So $69 left. That's exactly what we have in here. And we can highlight all of these. There we go. All right. Next up is household. Hubby's been busy. Can you tell? All right, so we can take care of everything up to here in the 9th on Amazon. This one came in later. So we need 33 plus 15 plus 27, $75. And I think that's exactly how much we have in here. So 20 and 50. And we can take care of those 3. All right. Hubby spending, he didn't really do anything. Hubby did go get gas, but he overspent by $5. So here's his 50. So we'll take care of that. And we are going to move $5. Okay. So we're going to take $5 from hubby. I've got a lot of 1s in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, 5. All right. So then we can highlight this one because we did it, and this one. And that takes care of that overage. Miscellaneous didn't have anything. Oh, we're going to have to come back to Margie. Did I have, yeah, I had some expenses and I took money out for lunch. All right, you know, let me get my wallet. Alrighty, here's my wallet and let's go in here and pull this money out. So we went to Marshall's for $65. Then we bought a book on Kindle. And then I went to the vending machine because hubby did not go shopping yet to get me my pretzels. So that is going to be 64, 65, 66, 67, right? 67. So 50, 65. We need another $1. And that is 67. 5 and 7. And we should have $143 left. So let's see what we've got in here. We've got 20, 35, 36, 37, 38. That is in our spending money. Food is right now empty, but you know what? I'm going to move over. We still have another week to go. So I'm going to put, I don't usually spend a lot of money on food. So I'm going to put 20 in there. So I moved that over. Gas is still in here, but we don't count that in my spending total. We have $20 in clothes because that money came out of clothes. We have $20 in entertainment. Hobbies, we have $30. And savings, we have $20, $31, $32, $33, $34, $35 in savings. 35. And that leaves us with 143. Perfect. So since there is some money here in spending money, I am going to move $3 into savings. And then what else? Clothes. Should we move another? I'm going to move 5 into clothes. So now we'll have 25. And there we go. And then the savings money, this money is going to be for I believe when I go to do Tomato Wars. So I'm going to put some of the money into Tomato Wars. And then this also, we need to fund our $1 challenge for our finished challenges because we are out. That's how many challenges we keep doing. So I'm going to pull the change out just so it's not bulking up my poor wallet. And we're just going to pop that into our coins challenge. And I see a nickel in there. So that means the nickels will finally get that challenge done. This will pop into one of the videos probably either when we do Let's Go Fishing or my car maintenance video. We'll just pop that in there. All right, so we can move on. So we got first highlight this. Did that one, that one, that one, and that was cash. So that one's already done. All right, moving on to high priority. Yeah. Okay, so nothing happened in Grad Cruise. Grad Cruise is done, so we are done. But check that out. Oh my gosh. So I've been mentioning it in some of my videos that we decided to rebook the original Hawaii, Tahiti, Bora Bora cruise. Well, in doing so, that meant we also had to buy our own airfare, because before we were within the 180, we were outside the 180 days, so Norwegian took care of the airfare. But now that we're inside the 180 days, those airfares have already been done. And what Norwegian was doing is they were chartering a plane, I guess wherever your destination was, where you transferred from there, probably someplace on the West Coast for us East Coasters, was a chartered plane. So they were trying to fly everybody into the same place. And then that charter plane left for Tahiti. And they were filling, obviously they were filling up that plane based on, you know, occupancy, whatever. So anyway, we don't have that option. So our transfers, everything, our airfare is not covered by Norwegian. We had to do it ourselves. This is why it was taking me so long to make a decision, because I had to figure out our own airfare flying international, which is not it's not that it's hard to do, but when you're trying, if you're just going someplace on vacation, like we went to Italy, right? We went to a wedding. As long as we were there a day or two before the wedding, okay. But when you're leaving on a cruise out of an international port, you have to make sure that you're there by a certain time and leave yourself room if your flight gets delayed or if it gets canceled and you have to rebook. You need to make it there so you can get on the ship. So I had to call Norwegian, find out exactly where and when and how we could board the ship. And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. She goes, that ship is staying there until the next day at 10 p.m. She goes, when's your flight? And I told her, and she goes, you got plenty of time. You can board the ship any time. And I was like, I hope she's right, because we're coming in the day before at like 7 o'clock. So we'll probably get to the ship about 8 p.m. And then we spend the night, which we paid for, to spend the night on the ship instead of staying in Papeete in Tahiti at a hotel. We're just staying on the ship. So that's what all these charges are. So we had the $200 that we had to switch our celebrity cruise out. Then we rebooked our Tahiti, Bora Bora, Hawaii cruise, which was $8,204. Then my flight was $1,319 plus $76. I don't know if that was seats, luggage, whatever it was. So technically that is what, $1,319 plus 76. So technically our flight was $1,395, and then obviously it's doubled because my husband's coming with me. So that's another $1,359 going to his flight. And then we needed a flight when we land in 2 weeks later, where in Hawaii we have to fly back to New Jersey. And that was each, $543.40 each. So once we got that planned, I went in, I booked all of our, our dining and, made sure that those things were taken care of, the things that already added up. Like we had 5 specialty nights, and it was trying to figure out where we're going to be, what island, how late, because we like to do early dining, and a lot of the specialty dinings, like you couldn't get an appointment until, because now we're inside that 180 days where everybody is booking their dining, their excursions and everything. We still have not done our excursions. That is our task for this weekend. And so there you go. So we need $12,282, which we don't have all of that. So we're not going to pay for all of that at once. We have to do some finagling with money. Either my hubby's going to take the money out of his 401k, or I'm going to take it out of our savings our high yield savings account, and then he'll just pay me back at the beginning of the year when we usually take money out from his 401k. So let's see what we don't have anything in Crew, so I don't even know why I'm looking in here, because that money is actually still sitting, the rest of the $10,000. So that was the other problem. So I saved the $10,000, right? Well, I used $1,765 for my daughter's rent. Now my daughter just got paid, and we did sit down and we did do her budget. She's going to pay me back $167 a paycheck. Well, that's got to be paid by the end of this month, July. So I was like, all right, don't worry about it. You pay me back as you can, and then we'll figure it out. So she's going to try to pay me back within 6 months. We'll see. Because in October, remember, I mentioned in another video that both her personal student loans and her federal student loans will be due. So yeah, we're just, moving the money around. It's not that we don't have the money. It's just that it's not readily available. So I have to sit down and talk to hubby about what we're going to do, because we have to pay for all of these by the 26th of July. That bill, I do not want to get hit with another interest charge, especially on that bill is actually $15,000 because of all our other expenses. Hence this, yeah. So we can't do anything in here because I will be paying some of this, but that money is already sitting in. That was what I was trying to get to, is that money is actually already sitting in the bank. I just didn't add it here because it just made sense. This is just for me to track how much money, and then I'll just make a line item that we're going to do that, but I don't want to count it in this total because it's not physical cash. It's it's in the bank. It's in the bank. So there we go. Moving on. Graduation is over. Thank goodness. And then you'll also see in my savings challenges, I went back through and figured out which challenges were going to help pay for the Hawaii excursions, which ones we're going to pay for next year's celebrity cruise to Aruba. And I was just talking to my girlfriend. We have not gotten together in 2 years for our girls trip. Now the last girls trip, or was that, no, we got together last year. But we were saying we didn't have one planned for this year. And, we have to let her, we have time to save for another one. So I said, why don't we start talking about just getting a little get together, whether we do like my RCI and exchange a unit somewhere nice and warm, or we could take just a cruise ourselves, not with the rest of the gang, because that was a fiasco. That did not end well. All right, house renovations doesn't have anything. Oh, Juju. This daughter. My financial burden. Look at that. So she had to use money for parking. She didn't have it. Whatever. I'll pay for her parking. It's okay. She's just trying to figure it all out. She just moved in. UWorld, I don't even remember what that's for, but apparently it was for something for pharmacy related. And then she's getting some, not Quizlets, but it's something, I don't know what it is. I said, fine, if it's helping you study, it's okay. I told her anything for school, mommy would pay for it at this point, because she just doesn't have those kinds of funds available to her. So, yeah, we can't even pay that one. Can we? Yes, we can. We can pay the park one. So let's do that. Let's see. Is there any? Yeah, there is money in there. There's $25 in here. So we are going to take 13 of it. So we just need $7 back. So 5, 6, 7. And that would be the $12 remaining. And we will do that one. So that was what I was going to say, was that we have a lot of challenges that we're actually working on. No, just the one that is going to go towards, her stuff. It's just been, yeah, I feel like I'm bleeding money. All right, so we have, yeah, that looks terrible. The rent, okay. So daughter owes me $263. I am not going to do this in cash because I'm not going to pull it out of the bank. She paid me back her first paycheck, $167. So I just put a total. She had to borrow $263 from me. for utilities, so that she really owed me $2,072, and she's going to slowly pay me back a little at a time. And in here, we're just going to keep track of that. And that's my note to say we used this money came from that $10,000. So it's gone, it's away, can't help it. Naplex is done. I could have put all of this stuff, you know, her other Juju stuff, I could have put under Naplex, but it's marked as Naplex. So bingo is now going back to Naplex, not technically. So that's what's going to help fund this one is bingo. So we're going to pull the money out of there. Actually, should we do that now so I can pay it? Let's do that. All right. See, I know this video was going to be a little bit longer than usual. Not that I want it to, but let's take care of this. All right. So here we have bingo. And I exchanged out the overflow money, so we had cash. So we've already we took $600 for Naplex. So now we are going to take the rest of this so we can pay this for Juju, because it is all, you know, Naplex, all of her schooling. So we need, it looks like 220, 60, 220. So we need $220. So 1, 2, and 10, 20. Oh, I should add this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500, 5. Oh, shoot. Oh, mess. We got to add that in. What is wrong with me? Transfer, bingo, and we're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500, 10, 25, 33, 533. We are adding to this, so that's 208 plus 533 gives us $325 left. All right, that makes me feel a lot better. And then I'm going to write another check. And this was bingo. 2025, cashed it out 7-11. This is just so we can keep track of how much we did save in here. And we took out 533. And we used this for pharmacy. Because we want to finish the challenge, but we need the money. So there we go. And we're just going to put all of this in here. And we need to take out 220. So 200 and 1020. And we should have 325 left. So that's 2 and 20 and 1, 2, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. Huh? Did I do something wrong? That's why. 12 more dollars. Hello. Because I don't have the book out. You guys are going, Margie, you're all over the place. All right, so we're going in here, get the rest of this money. I knew, I was like, wait a minute. I knew I did that right. All right, now we should have 325. So 1, 2, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh my gosh. I was starting to like really think I was losing it. You know, sometimes just adding and subtracting does not work in my brain. All right, so that took care of Juju. Yeah, she is costing me a fortune. But, you know, we love her. She's very motivated and she does want to save money. So you'll get to see that when I go to do her her budget. All right. So we took care of that. Next. I think that's it in here. Yeah, that was the budget convention and that is done. Okay. Now we're moving on to low priority binder. Let's see what damage we did here. Budget supplies. I was having a little bit of fun on Etsy. I really should stay off Etsy. You guys, who was it? Somebody said, stop making cute Etsy stuff because she had to put herself in Etsy jail. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. I don't even know if she watches my channel, but man, do I agree with you. Guys, your challenges are so cute. Yeah, I can't. I just can't. And then, so I'm doing this thing where I want to try how other people do their budgeting and their checkout and their unstuffing. So I'm doing research. And one of the things is a lot of people tend to use the Budget Mom. So I bought her budget planner, budget by paycheck, whatever it's called, something like that. I think I have it over here. And I will be doing a thing on this. I'll be doing a video at some point comparing the different things. Yeah, budget by paycheck by the Budget Mom. So I just got the digital printout and then I just printed it out myself. And you can see I've already started filling it out. And I was going to do it simultaneously with my regular budget. I just wanted to see if I could do it her way and see what was different and this is something that Chrissy from the budget, the Mom Life Co. Okay, yeah, sorry, Chrissy, I didn't mean to get that wrong. She mentioned like when she's doing her budget, you feel like it's repetitious and nobody wants to watch it. So, and I get what you mean, but I love watching how everybody does it. Even if it's repetitious for you, it's not necessarily repetitious for us. For us, it is learning how you do your budget and how somebody else does their budget. And when you start putting all of those things into your brain and you don't have to use the whole system. Like I'm still going back and doing, what is it? Kamiko is her name from the Budget Mom. That's how she does it and how her brain works and how it works for her. So I'm like rewatching her videos because I'm not wired the same way. And I'm trying to find a way to do it where I'm also tracking what's in my checking account. So that has been a big thing for me. Yeah, all right. We'll talk about that when that video goes out. It's going to be a while because I want to do that. I also want to do budget with Ira. So a lot of content creators that have a very successful channel are the ones that I'm gearing towards. I also downloaded YNAB. So I'm trying that as well. So, but I'm also doing it in a month that I'm doing all of them. So I'm doing that behind the scenes. But at some point there will be a video about it. Not sure when, because I have to figure it out and see if I like it, what I take from it, what worked for me, what didn't work for me. But remember, it's not necessarily what works for me works for you. It's what always what works for you. Okay. My budget is mine. It works for me, but my budget may not work for you. You need to figure out what budget works for you, budget system or cash envelope system, however, whatever you're doing. So I just wanted to try them all out and see how everybody does it. So I get educated. All right, moving on. So that's what a lot of those charges are. Budget supplies. So we did 3, 8, 10, 21. So we can do $21 and we'll get that other one later. So we'll take out $21 from here. So let's take a lot of these ones out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I see another one. Keep the nice crispy bills in there. So that's 11, and then just cash condense here a little bit. And that leaves $14, which is what is right there. So let's put that back in here. And this goes in here. I keep pulling out the wrong end. I should probably make a mark on it so I know. So I don't have to keep flipping it around. So we took care of all of those Etsy charges. I haven't even printed them all out. Yeah, I'm still working on, what is it, prop budgets? Her at the mall. Yeah, that's coming soon. Not sure when, because we're trying to really take care of Hawaii, but I think I'm going to use at the mall to pay for other things. So keep a lookout for that too. All right. Crafts, we didn't spend anything. We didn't do anything in office supplies. Garden, we didn't have anything. Gifts, nope. Date night, nope. Outdoor, come on. All right, so retail therapy, we had Amazon, foot. Sometimes I wonder about myself. No, I did not buy a foot on Amazon. I bought the little arch supports to put in my shoes. Okay, so that was $13, so let's get that out. I mean, that technically could be self-care, but that's okay. Oh, so we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And there's $22 left, which is what we have right here. All right, so we can put that in there. Every time I open the cap, I hit that spot where I poked myself. Oh, boy, does that hurt. All right, moving on to self-care. I did go and I got stuff off of Amazon, makeup remover. And then I went to Sephora, had to get, you know, like I was talking about, I had this night cream. That's why I poked myself. Yes. So we can only do the one. So we'll do Amazon first. And that is $15. So we'll take out $15 from here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That takes care of that one. See, and then I got to do it twice because I pulled the wrong cap off. All right. And there should be $31 left in the account, which there is. All right. Next up, I don't think I had anything for YouTube, but I am going to be doing something a little special for a couple of people. Coming soon. I'll do a video on it. Maybe I won't. Maybe it'll be just surprised. It'll come from their videos. All right. So we did bills, so we can skip over bills, but we are going to go to sinking funds. Sinking funds. And let's see, do we have, I know we got stuff coming out. So let's see, car maintenance, nope, we didn't have anything. DMV, investments, nope, that already happened. That already came out. So, you know, I'm just going to highlight that in a slightly different color. So I don't add it up in this week's. All right, life insurance, nope, destroy the debt. Okay, MUA. That is what came out. This comes out every 6 months. MUA, and it's to pay for our sewer services. I don't know why that would be any different than your regular utilities, but it's separate. So 150, 70, 80. Excellent. Like when all the money is there. And let's highlight that. Oh my gosh. I think it's funny how, like, I watch Kristen. What's Kristen's channel? The Intentional Living. She doesn't cross it out or highlight it. She just goes right through her list. I don't know how she keeps track of what she took out and what she hasn't taken out. I really don't. I don't know how you do it, Kristen, but I can't do that. I have to highlight it. I have to highlight it to say I did it. Isn't that funny? Okay, so going over to medical, we're going to take out for the pain management doctor $355. 1, 2, 3, 55. Ugh. That is actually paying for about 6 months. And there's a reason why I wasn't paying it. I wasn't paying it because they got a new billing system. They had my account so messed up. They were missing payments, and it took months for them to finally figure it out. I said, when you figure it out and you send me the right statement, that's when I'll pay it. So we have $30 left in medical. Oh my goodness. All right, moving on. Winter didn't have anything. Yearly subscriptions, we are all good. So thank goodness. All right, I am going to go through this book, and I'm going to add up all of the things that we highlighted, and hopefully that will be what's in this tray. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so we should have $1,760. So I'm going to write that down. 1,760. All right. And let's add up the tray. So we have 1, 2, you know what, I'm gonna need a little bit of sort quick. It's been a little while since we've put any on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So it's 1,200. 51, 52, 50. Move that over. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82. 10, 20, 30. 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 40. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Oh my goodness. How do you like that? 1760. That is awesome. So let's do our little thumbnail. Move that out of the way. We could put that off to the side. And we can just spread that out like that. Just kind of make it nice and pretty. I mean, it's not going to be that pretty, but you know what? Let's try that again. There we go. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye, everyone.